This is WDNA 88.9 FM and WDNA.org, and this is the UN Frost Jazz Award. And today, there's someone who is originally from Pennsylvania, and Connor started learning piano from a young age, that's what he says. Upon entering high school, he made the decision to commit to jazz and improvised music. In 2015, Connor joined the jazz fusion trio Teen Town, led by bassist Gabriel Severn. The Downbeat Award-winning group has been performing together ever since. Within the past year, Connor began working with two-time Grammy winner artist Samara Joy, where he continues to work frequently in her rhythm section. Currently, Connor is pursuing a master's degree in music theory and composition at the Frost School of Music. And this is the Connor Rohrer Quartet. First of all, the most happily married tenor player in the world, Dylan McCann. Then Patrick Levy on bass, Lucas Apostolaris on bass, and Connor Rohrer on piano. Yeah. And this was a medley. The first song was a Sky Pira or Sky Sky Pira by Patrick Levy, our bass player, and the second one was by Keith Jarrett, Personal Mountains. And we're gonna talk a little bit with Connor now, and that's I always ask the same question, to everybody who how they started, in music. How do you started? What time you started playing piano?
Yeah, I mean, I started very early learning piano, probably from the age of 4 or 5.
Oh my God!
But I was fairly late to studying jazz. I started probably my first year of high school taking jazz piano lessons when I actually I started getting interested in improvisation in high school. So, that was many years later after I started learning the instrument. But yes, I was studying a little bit of, learning some classical repertoire and just learning technique at the piano for a while. But improvisation was much later for me. So
Yeah. So when you started taking lessons, when you were a kid, you started you played classical.
Yeah, I played
towards
a
high
little
school.
bit of repertoire, yes.
Yeah. What's this group Teen Town?
Yes.
That's a weather report, right?
Yeah,
One
exactly.
of the-
So
yeah.
when I was around 15 or 16 in high school, I joined this band led by this young bass player. His name's Gabriel Severin. In fact, he's coming here to Frost this fall, which is pretty cool for that school. He was probably 11 or 12 years old when I met him. He's a little bit younger than I am, but he's an incredible electric bass player. And I've been with that group for probably almost 8 years now. And it's a jazz fusion trio. We play some Weather Report. We play some Yellow Jackets. We play some lesser known bands like Tribal Tech and stuff like that. It's very, very fusion heavy band, and I'm always happy to come back to Pennsylvania and play with them. So whenever I go home, I usually play some festivals with them, and we've been playing.
The original fusion band was a Weather Report. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
As many people say that that wasn't jazz. I remember, I went to college, during the 70s, and they were the director of a certain university in Florida. I won't mention it. He said, "No, that's not jazz."
It's one of those things.
Yeah,
I mean, we have those leaders in this music, like Miles and like Wayne, who made that transition to electronic music in the 70s, and
it was something
fusion,
that was. I mean, that was the era for changes.
Absolutely,
even the rock groups. I mean, you could do something that you cannot do nowadays.
Absolutely.
You'll hear a band and you can pinpoint. You say that's that band. You know. For example, one of my favorite bands, Chicago. I mean, you heard a record by Chicago. I said, because their
Chicago.
sound was. I mean,
some of us in the band really like Chicago. So.
Yeah, well,
Lucas is a big fan of Chicago.
I would say one of my favorite bands. No, not my favorite band, because they do so many things, And,
Absolutely, yeah.
Actually, their very first record, they were even playing prepared piano pieces.
Oh wow!
Which is, I mean, prepared piano pieces, because at that time the producer was not the one who ruled. Who ruled was, the band. I mean, they were good, and they wanted to maybe get their salary. They knew that their salary was going to be toward making money in whatever, because that was the era of innovation. That was it. So now we could. I hope that we had more time, to talk with you. We have 3 more songs, maybe 4, but maybe you were right. It's going to be only three.
We're stretching out on these.
We're stretching out.
I think we'll do 5 for today.
Well, five,
Maybe.
but now we're going to take a little break and we'll be back. So we're taking a little break here, and we'll come along with Conor Rohrer Quartet. Okay, and we're back. This is WDNA 88.5 FM and WDNA.org, and this is the UN Frost Jazz Hour that comes to you every Thursday at 11 o'clock. And today we are with Conor Rohrer Quartet, and we want to announce an event that's going to happen on August 11th. That's going to be next week with John Daversa and Tal Cohen. That's going to be great. August 11th, and they're playing music, from their album, The Art of the Duo. I exhort everybody to come because these are, first of all, John Daversa is my boss, my boss. So anyway, I mean, I'm not saying that because he's like, hey, don't take it wrong, guys. He's my boss, but he's phenomenal, a musician, trumpeter, and he's going to be here with Tal, and they have something very, very unique coming. So that's August 11th, right here, 2921 Coral Way at 7 o'clock at night. All righty, then we're going to keep going here, and this is something called A Song for Us by Dylan McCann. And that was a song for us by Dylan McCann and a nice solo by everybody. So I was going to mention one or two, but it's really the whole band, that is featured in this, and the whole band was magnificent. I want to mention next week when we're going to have a Ben Bill. It was about time that we had a vocalist here. And Ben Bill is going to be accompanied by Bo Cornelius, one of our favorite piano players in the Pro School of Music, who just graduated, I think, with a master or a doctorate degree, I think it was. But anyway, yeah, we're going to start the month with Bo, and then with Bo Cornelius and Ben Bill, and the following week with Ali Biancoviso. We're going to have two straight trombone players. Ali, great trombone player. And the week after, the first week of classes, it's going to be San Kitty, and the week after, the guitar player Ash Dirk. And so we keep going with something called Pleasures by Conor River. Very nice, Connor. That's a really nice piece. And will you tell us what are your future plans?
So, yeah, I mean, nowadays everyone's asking me, what am I going to do after school? And truth is, I don't really know exactly where I'm going to go, but a lot of people have been, well, I'm finishing my master's, first of all, this year.
Do you have any recent CD or something that is
Well,
coming
a lot
up?
of people are telling me to go to New York, including my teacher, Martin Bejarano. That's what he did. He completed his master's. He went to New York. He did the thing and, worked with some amazing musicians up there. And, a lot of people have been telling me to do that, after I finish my master's here at Frost. But the truth is, I really love Miami, and I enjoy playing with a lot of musicians here, especially these people, of course.
I think that you can find great musicians anywhere.
That's true. It's very true.
I mean, New York is just a mecca, because that's a mecca where all the of music. Yeah, that's where all the all the record companies are and all that. Yeah, I mean, besides the fact that there's a lot of great musicians in New York too, but that doesn't. There are many bands that they came from Miami, like Gloria Estefan, and there are other bands that I can't think of them, but I know that they started in Miami. They didn't start in New York or Chicago or Los Angeles, which are supposedly, where everything happens everywhere. I think you're in the right path. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Miami. I mean, I've been here. This is my 5th year here.
Yeah.
So I've gotten a lot of work, and I've kind of made a name for myself in the area, and I'm working a lot. And I've met musicians, especially Lucas. I played so many gigs with Lucas and recorded his music.
Lucas, a great drummer and a great composer too.
Yes, absolutely.
People don't know. He finished Gary Lindsay's master program, and that's a lot to say. One of the top programs in the nation. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for coming. It's just music, excellent music. As we always bring you. And remember that next week we're going to have Ben Bill, vocalist Ben Bill, who is excellent, and also we're accompanied by Bo Cornelius, probably one of our top 3 piano players at Frost School of Music. So here we are, Connor Rohrer Quartet, Dylan Hand. Let's give it a hand in tenor sax. Yeah. Patrick Levy on bass. Lucas Apostolaris on drums. And the leader of the band, Connor Rohrer, on piano. Yes, sir. And I'll see you tomorrow. We have to know tomorrow, but next week, another UN Frost Jazz Hour with Ben Bill, with Bo Cornelius. See you next week.